Good evening. Today's our federation topic for the discussion is corporate governance and intangible assets management. To become 5 trillion economy, government is giving lot of inputs. Confidence in corporate is slowly going down. Manufacturing sector is also showing negative. So these are the things which are to be managed, and it has to be kept in proper place to achieve the targets of the Indian economies. I'll take up first intangible assets. For a company to rise in the market and to come up to the market is nothing but tangible and intangible assets, which everybody knows. Tangible assets can definitely take you to the basic things, to establish things, to set right your house. But it is the intangible asset that creates the real profits and the real company's growth comes after with the help of intangible assets. Let us take the example of Reliance industry itself, which was bifurcated between two brothers. Now, the elder brother is doing quite well because his market value is high. That is nothing but intangible assets are very high. Whereas the confidence level, that is nothing but the confidence level of the investors or confidence level of the market has gone down into the younger brothers, this thing. Though both are from the same legacy. So that gives a very good example for us to understand what intangible assets can do in the whole market. With this, I open this topic and request Mr. HANMANDLOO to kindly throw some light.
Good evening. Every commercial organization has two types of assets. That is tangible assets, which are visible as fixed assets, investments, I can say buildings, machinery, vehicles, like that. And another thing is which is not visible is intangible asset. Means the corporates, commercial organizations, credibility in the market, is performance analysis, perfectness, and also goodwill in the market. And whatever the intangible value changes will affect the price of share price market. Of course, all these tangible assets will act as pillars and walls of a building, whereas the intangible asset acts as a painting, color, and the true analysis, perfect analysis of the organization. See, here we can say company is not working with only its own investors' money. It is working with investors' money as well as promoters' money. In addition to that, investors' money, creditors, means banks and financial institutions, government money, and employees' future also. In the same way, when it is performing with so many organizations and it is with the help of so many contributories of services, natural resources, and government support, means facilitation. You cannot say favoritism, but facilitation for smooth functioning of the commercial organization. So all this adds value to the company's intangible value, and that will add a 2 years performance, enhance the goodwill. If it is a 3 years successful performance, will multiply the value. If it is a 4th year's performance, it will add some more value. That is intangible value. You can see what happened in so many organizations which are having started with paid up capital of 10 rupees per share. Now its share is valued at hundreds of rupees. In some cases even 500,000 rupees also share value is there. Why? Because the performance, the goodwill, the market share, every value addition will enhance the value and happiness of investors as well as the promoters also. So, in this aspect, what we should see that how it is performing, how it is to be monitored. Generally, company is managed by the board of directors, internal management personnel, and they are given more liberty to perform their activities in their convenient manner by the Companies Act. But is it giving good results? We have to see that. When it is performing well and as per expectations and there is no variation, projection and actual performance, means that the comparison between project report and progress report. If the variance is less, that is okay, that is possible. And when it is against the expectation, reduction variance level is very high, the variance level is more than 10%, then there is a possibility, there is a risk of losing not only the company's earnings, not only the employees' risk of financial institution money, government's revenue, but also the investors' confidence. Next, image of Indian economy, investors' confidence. That the most important as a industrial, as a corporate entity in total. When it is a performance is less than the expectation, then it is we should think of taking immediate steps, rectification steps immediately. A student is there, if they are going to write annual examination, you will write monthly exam, quarterly exam, half yearly exam like that. The same way when the corporate performance is less than expectation, there should be suitable steps to be taken to rectify the mistakes, irregularities, and to correct and upgrade the performance. It is a must. Otherwise, the entire after 1 year means the entire thing will become obsolete, means outdated. It may not be possible. It may not be possible to revive or rectify, repair. So, in such circumstances, when there is a loss or when underperformance, we suggest that there should be a group of management, or at least there is a group of management for some time, maybe from financial institutions, maybe from government, maybe from investors, maybe from employees, and all these they will form a group to make the management to perform the activities of management. Of course, management will do according to their this one only, but when it is underperformance, all these actions will be balancing will be maintained among the interest of all these contributors. So that should be the step required for proper corporate performance and goodwill and intangible assets. So what we suggest is, when there is a loss, when there is underperformance, you transform from single management or board of directors management to group management. Two drastic steps. I think management efficiency will improve unless there is a target is fixed, the performance is means expected, and that is realized. That is important. If that is not there, you have to take all rectification steps and all purification steps or regularization steps to make it perfect and to reach the expected performance, to maintain the goodwill, image, credibility, confidence among the economy as well as institution and investors' confidence. Thank you.
The corporate governance comes through the regulatory authorities. They are supposed to maintain the regulations as per that the companies have to run. In India, most probably any company which achieves a turnover of 100 crores is automatically deemed to be publicly limited company. With this, why not? That means that is the company which has survived and it has excelled in its own field, in its own manufacturing or whatever the service sector it is. Similarly, now that company which has achieved 100 crores plus turnover, the federation feels that it should be taken up as a state assets or a national assets, wherein there should be all precautions and all supports extended by the regulators, by the government, by what not, to see that this company floats as much as possible and without any erosion. Now today, if you take the example of Satyam Computers, due to some reason or other, due to management default, the company was going down. At that particular time, who is the loser? The loser is nothing but the first is employment, then comes the investors, and then comes the government, which is losing the exchequer, taxes, revenues. So these are the three people, benefactors. So why not these three benefactors should be there in the board? Our suggestion is, whoever is the benefactor, they should be there in the board and they should guide the ship or guide the enterprise into the right direction. If management fails, or likely to be fail. Similarly, today there is a live case of Infosys, which has really excelled in not only in the country but in the world, and enough they have proved themselves in all IT fields. Whereas one wing has created such a big disaster, the regulators are after the company to see that how and what. See, these should be taken as a regular accidents in the life. So these are the accidents in the corporate sectors. Regulators must give a corrective step, not that they will punish the company, and don't suspect such corporates which are really giving you employment, which are giving you investor confidence, and also the exchequer to the government. And history is the one thing which gives, and if we can support with this, probably this enterprise, let it be Satyam Computer or let it be Infosys, they can go at least into the next century. That should be the aim of the government and of all the people. Thank you very much.